Welcome, beautiful seeker. Thank you so much for joining me at this special nodes project that I've had in mind and heart to do for quite some time. If you're new to my channel, my name is Morgane, and this is the Existential Shift. So, let's say you are watching the Taurus Scorpio nodes video. It doesn't matter if your north node is Scorpio or your north node is Taurus. What matters is you're on that axis. You're either a north node Scorpio or a south node Scorpio. You're either a north node Taurus or a south node Taurus. And this is just an example. Maybe you're watching for Sagittarius Gemini. Maybe you're watching for Capricorn Cancer. Maybe you're watching for Pisces Virgo. Maybe you're watching for Leo Aquarius. Who did I miss? Maybe you're watching for Aries Libra. Okay, it doesn't matter. Watch for your axis. Now, why is that? But Morgane, so south and north node are supposed to be different. Well, yeah, but everything is supposed to be different. But bottom line, we're also a wholesome manifestation of all our separate aspects of our psyche and soul, etc. And that wholesome manifestation is divinity. If you look at a chart that has the 12 zodiac signs, or 13, depending on by which astrology you go by. So there are 12 separate houses for the different zodiac signs that express different things within your life. But the center of that cycle, just like with anything else, is the divine, wholesome entity that is either God, Goddess, cosmos, universe, source, however you'd like to describe it. And the metonymy of it, the microcosmos of it, will be you. You are everything in your chart. And the journey to that core, to that center, goes through these different aspects of your human condition. Specifically with the north and south node, and by the way, this can apply also to your sun sign and the other side of its axis. Why? Because our sun sign is where the sun was when we were born. But the other side of it is our earth sign. So again, to take the Taurus Scorpio example, if you are sun sign Taurus, you are earth sign Scorpio. So just like in the north and south node, you aspire to be the north node or aspire to become, and you view yourself as your sun sign. But you were born on your earth, on earth. Hello, you're still here. In this lifetime anyway. It's your core essence. It's part of your essence where you come from. Same with the south node, okay? So if we talk about the south node and the north node as the south node be where our soul comes from in reincarnations, or if you don't believe in reincarnation, then you can think of it as your childhood background, right? Your south node is the typecast that you're used to portraying. If your south node is in Scorpio, you've been a Scorpio for many lifetimes, not necessarily the zodiac sign Scorpio, but your essence, your behavior patterns, you are very familiar with the typecast of your south node. And you probably portray these characteristics, not just in past lifetime, but also when you came here in this lifetime through your childhood. Because pretty much before our Saturn return, at around 30-ish years old, we behave as our karma, as the cycles that we have been playing and portraying thus far. But the thing is, I don't look at it as, okay, I need to let go and leave the south node and go toward the north node and have this to be the new and that to be the released old. Kinda, but not so much. Because coming back to the explanation about the wholesomeness and divinity and our wholesome soul being at the core of the chart or of the cycle or of everything, when we release the south node, it never actually goes away. So the point is not about releasing it per se, or turning our back to it. The point is having mastered the archetype of our South Node, having mastered the character behavior patterns. We are taking them and transmuting them into the manifestation of our life path based on the North Node sign. So we might be saying goodbye to the manifestation of a life path that is based on the South Node, but we are not releasing the mastery and the skill and the knowledge and the energy of that sign. It will always be a part of us. And the South North Node's axis, it's the tail and the head of a dragon. It's the beast in us, the glorious beast, the magical, life-living, life-giving entity that has fire within and creates its life. Wherever our head goes, our tail comes with us. So this is a special project for union within the self when it comes to our energy, our soul, our spirit, and our extra tapping into our witchy vibe. You want to manifest, you want to create, you want to do great things, you got to work with your energy, all of it. It's transmutation, not separation. We are here to unite our South and our North Node. And yes, lead a life that is more based and look like the North Node, because that's what the soul came to experience now, or wants to experience further on. But the closer we get to unity, the closer we get to source, the more we embrace all the different aspects within us. Practicing unconditional love and self-love is taking ourselves into ourselves with love. Not with judgment, not with separation, not with dismissal. This is not, how do I get rid of the South Node and finally move on to my North Node? By thinking this way, you will not. That's the irony. So I want to help us change the mindset, rewire it, because right now we live in an extrapolar world. Not because it is now new, it's been polarized, it's been separated within humanity's consciousness. But in order for us to heal and go into unity consciousness, we need to acknowledge and be aware of what it is we need to resolve and work on. We've been talking about unity and harmony and peace, at the very least since the 60s. But we couldn't really get there because we were so dual and polarized and separate in mind. So we talk about healing, we talk about unity, we talk about peace. We can't really do that as long as we're so fragmented. Even in astrology, let's get rid of the South Node. No. So the world is now bringing up to the surface in a very in-our-face way just how polarized we are, just how separate from one another we are, and just how much we have detached from our heart and from empathy, true empathy. Not coercive, abusive, narcissistic empathy. True empathy. And in order for us to understand what it is that we need to do to heal, everything is bubbling up to the surface, right? When you pour water with soap on the floor, all the dirt comes out. And you see it. And you have to mop it out first. So that's what our society is going through now. A very important note, again, before we go into your reading, this is a long intro, I understand, but it's important. This is timeless, meaning whenever you are guided to watch this video for your access, for your North and South Node access or Sun-Earth access, it can apply to both. that's the time for you to hear it. So it doesn't matter if you're watching this the day I upload this, or a year from now, or 10 years from now. This is the time for you to watch this. This is the time when your soul feels ready for unification. So congratulations on that. I'm very happy that we found each other, and I hope this helps. If you want to know your North and South Node, in case you're new to astrology and you're not familiar, I will link below links to websites that are free. You can just put in your day of birth, your place of birth. Specifically for North and South Node, you don't need to know your time of birth, but it's helpful to put that as well if you know it, because it will show you many other aspects of your chart. Okay? So without further ado, let's get into it. Thank you. Pisces, Virgo, North and South nodes, respectively. Ooh, okay, so this applies to you if one of your nodes is in either of the signs. So this is Pisces either way, whether your North node is in Pisces or South node, then this would be the node that has Pisces in it, and this will be your node that has Virgo in it. Okay? Now, you can be, if your sun sign Pisces, then this is the aspect of your sun, and this is the counter energy. If your sun sign is in Virgo, so this is the sun sign, this is the counter energy. Does that make sense? Now, this applies to your nodes. It also applies to the collective nodes. So for example, if you're watching this is timeless. So if you're watching it at a time where the nodes are on the axis, the collective nodes, are on the axis of Pisces, Virgo, then you can apply it to what the collective is going through. If you want to know what the collective is going through by the month, say this month, go according to the month you're in. So if you're watching this in the month of December, which is Sagittarius season, watch the Sagittarius Gemini axis, and you'll know what's going on in the collective for that time, for that month, etc. I hope that this didn't confuse you. You probably got it. You probably got it. You got this. Okay, let's just get straight into this without further ado. I've pre-shuffled and pre-pulled, did not look at the cards. We're discovering them all together. That's very exciting. This will be a conclusion of the South Node, a message from the South Node. This will be a concluding message from the North Node, a concluding message from your integrated, unified oneness energy once you master this. A message from Spirit about this reading. And ultimately, this big-ass card here from a big tarot deck, I've shuffled and pulled without looking. I don't know yet which card this is, from the 22 major arcana. So this is a major arcana for sure, because we're going to give you spiritual homework, energy work to do to help you moving forward to unify and integrate these energies. We will talk about it later. Okay. The mental aspect of your Piscean lunar node, King of Wands. The mentality of your Virgo lunar node, Wheel of Fortune. I do believe, who had this? Sagittarius Gemini had this. Sagittarius had this in their mind, in their lunar mind. So maybe there's something there for you, for your Virgo energy. The heart space of your Pisces lunar node, I'm sorry, Pisces node, I meant, Three of Wands. And for your Virgo node, Knight of Cups. Okay. Active expression of the Piscean energy, Five of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. Active force of your Pisces energy, Six of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles. Where it actually stands, your Pisces Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Virgo High Priestess, and Two of Wands. We'll wait on this. I want to talk about this first. Okay, yummy. Let me Let me sponge this in for a second. I'll drink water every now and then, so bear with me. A couple interesting things to note. 2 knights, 4, 5, 6 of pentacles. These are the major arcanas. And this is all Aries energy. Okay, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and King of Wands. Pisces and Virgo. So, your Virgo energy, your Virgo node, not so surprising, is in a very studious energy. It is observing and observing the world. It is highly contemplative on the universal spirit. It asks questions of balance when it comes to balance, give and take, what to give, what to take. An aspect of your Virgo wants to give, an aspect of your Virgo wants to retain. Because the Virgo in you is connected to reality, right? This is the spirit and this is reality. Together making spirituality. So the reality axis within you is really contemplative and focused on what is the balance when it comes to its behavior in the world. How much does it give you from its knowledge? How much does it hold in, giving you an opportunity to find out yourself, right? 5 of Pentacles, 1 Pentacle, Ace of Pentacles, create the 6 of Pentacles. So the Virgo in you is like, I need to let the Piscean node figure this gentle balance out. Because right now, the Pisces in you is feeling pretty imbalanced in a way of really wanting to act and do something. And the thing that triggers this want is a lot of subconscious fears. That makes the Piscean nodal aspect in you want to attack something. Attack itself, attack the world. There's a level of protection coming through. It's almost like the Piscean node in you wants to prove to the Virgo in you that it can be both dreamy, visionary, and realistic. And a leader. So it's doing what it's doing from that place, however, not from a place of actually having that said balance. Does that make sense? There are a lot of triggers surrounding your spiritual energy, right? Pisces is the fantasy, it's the spirituality, it's the energy. And although you have wonderful visions and creativity, it is currently based more so on your psychology than it is on connection to spirit. And when we are triggered by our psychology and refer to it as intuition and spirituality, that's when the Virgo in us, the reality, needs to kick in and kind of remind us of what's up. So it's almost like the Virgo in you is quite quiet, yet prepared to give a balancing act of wisdom, of understanding, every time the Piscean node in you kind of does something from a place allegedly spiritual, but not very spiritual. And it's very hard on the Virgo node in you, because what happens to it is the Virgo, the reality, needs spirituality to be purely spiritual for it to be purely realistic. They feed off of each other's existence. So if this part is out of balance, this part is out of balance. If this part is not in the spirit realm, more so in the psychology that it doesn't deal with, and there's some aggressive impulses here as well. This node of yours brings with it some aggressive impulse. You want to check, if I haven't mentioned it yet, where your nodes are sitting in your houses, and you can apply it to the houses where they are. So the house where you have the Piscean node, there is some aggression here that needs to be expressed healthily, preferably through the body, right? Because you want to utilize the energy of the other polar side, which is also the physical body, health. So if you were to exercise a lot, for example, or sign up for martial arts, or do something with the body, it will really help the pure Piscean frequency to express itself in the world and feel safe and connect you to its vision, because this will have an expression. The aggression will have an expression. When the aggression has an expression, it doesn't need to impose itself onto things that it shouldn't, like your vision, like your intuition, like your healing, and so on. As long as your healing is derived by your somewhat aggressive instincts, I'm not saying you're a violent person, please listen. But as long as that's happening, the Virgo in you cannot be mutable sand, cannot let go. It's forced to utilize Capricorn and Taurus energy that really stabilizes it in a way that doesn't allow it to be mutable. Keeps it grounded, keeps it secure, gives it more earthy energy to pull back the Piscean node, to the physical body. Because when I say spirituality and healing, I don't mean outside of your physical body. I mean through the physical body. Right? The only way out is in. If you're not feeling safe in your physical body, be it financially, be it strength, physical strength, if you feel like you are weak or under threat all the time, then your spirit can't really blossom into its visions and into its, horizons, because it doesn't have an anchor to keep it safe and grounded. So what you want to do, Piscean in you, instead of obsessing over the spiritual aspect of the Pisces, harness some respect to the Virgo part in you that has been saving your ass for I don't know how long. Because you're turning your back to it. Almost like not good enough for you. Now the Piscean in me is superior because it's the spiritual world, whereas the Virgo, it's the reality in the physical world. So we have the access of the archetypes of Christ consciousness, of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. who wasn't really a student, she was a teacher, right? Patriarchy turned her into a studious whore that was possessed with demons and all that crap. No, she was a channel. And Jesus needed her and trusted her with his knowledge for a reason. Because through her feminine wisdom, she was to continue his teachings, which were also her teachings. So this, Piscean snotting the Virgo here, it's based in being modeled by religious structure. You cannot go through this earthly experience without your body. It's your Virgo energy that brought you into this earth, into this plane, and gets you through the life and through the underworld. The knowledge of both. Because it's in here, through the physical body, that you experience life and death. The Piscean in us is to remind us our connection to the cosmos, to the divine. But we are not just where we come from. We're also where we went to, where we chose to go to. And you chose to come here. Whether you like it or not. And arguably, I also don't like it all the time. Doesn't change the fact that we all need this matter. And we need communication, and we need calligraphy, and we need the written word, and we need the spoken word. And we need it to express the truth that we're trying to convey. What is a truth without a vessel to the truth? What is electricity without a wire? Just zap your ass. Won't give you anything. You want to have the wisdom, the knowledge, the electricity straight into your watery Piscean ass without a conduit, without a physical wire to transfer it, you're going to get electrified. You can't handle it. We're baby souls here. We can't handle it. We need this brain. We need this body. You need to take care of your health and not disrespect your physical needs or wants or desires. Ah, damn it, I'm hungry again. Me and my lower frequency physical gunk needs. Excuse me? What are you doing to yourself? You want to, God forbid, knock on wood that it doesn't ever happen, lose your ability to chew? Yeah? Very high and mighty of you. What you going to do then? You think you're going to have spiritual high thoughts? All you're going to think about obsessively day in, day out is chewing and tasting. Yeah. Neglecting the body to reach the spirit, you'll never get to your spirit like that. Because you're missing the point. It's like trying to graduate without showing up to classes or to exams. Okay, yeah, that will work. Having a meal without doing the cooking. Oh, I can pay someone to cook for me. Okay, how are you going to pay them? With the money that you've earned. How did you earn that money? You can't escape this. Because you're not supposed to escape this. Not because you can't figure out how to escape it and you just need to meditate one more day, one more week, one more month, one more year, one more lifetime. Stop running away. You're running away from how you feel. This is not spiritual. It's cowardly. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You know who has all the spiritual energy here? Your node of Virgo. Kind, attentive, complex, understands the complexity of above and below, of yin and yang, humbled, knowing how much it has to learn yet. Look at this. I know. I don't know shit, but I know. I keep losing because of this, and I'm poor, and I'm hungry, and I'm tired, and I'm alone, but I know. Good job, Piscean node. Here's the thing. We can be a fan of your Piscean north or south node, because it can bring with it so much magic and so much creativity and so much connection to source. That's the whole point. So let's remember to honor our conduit. Now, let's say it's the other way around. Let's say we really honor our conduit, you meaning seeker, and that's why it looks so perfect and lovely. And you neglect the spirit, though if you're here, I doubt that you do, but maybe I have some new ones stumbling here. Maybe you neglect the spiritual, or maybe you have been neglected the spiritual, and now you're waking up. You are here listening to this video, and so here's a little kick in the booty on the other side of things. This conduit, this physical body, exists in order to give room and life and expression to your spirit that is here to go through this experience. So you're just going to focus on the physical body, on the reality, but neglect the spirituality that this is holding or trying to hold for you. It will feel empty. What is a fridge without food? What is a body without a heart? And so on. And why are you keeping secrets from each other? The Pisces node is keeping secrets from the Virgo node because it's arrogant. It doesn't want the Virgo node to know that it doesn't know what's going on. It's confused, that it needs guidance. It's a lot of acting like you know for sure, but look at where it constantly leads to. And the Virgo node is hiding secrets from the Piscean node because the Virgo node is allowing the Piscean node to discover and to reach its own bounds. It's measuring how much it gives, so to not enable the escapism, the denial, the aggressions that are not dealt with. No, I'm very, very spiritual. I am not angry at all. No, I'm not angry. No. I'm not constantly burning bridges. No. I'm just going to meditate a little longer. Or eat another superfood. No offense, I love those things, But when you do them as means to something, that's one thing, as opposed to when you use them for escaping what really needs to be dealt with. There's a lot of pressure in this reading. A lot of pressure. Constantly being on a boiling point. And the boiling water are constantly almost spilling out of the pot. Moderate the temperature of the water by letting it out little by little. Have a bigger pan. Invest in your body. You're already invested in your body, and it's the opposite. Invest in your spirit. By investing in your psychology. Yeah. Those are the building blocks to your spirit, love. You think you can know the psyche of the world without knowing your own psyche? You think you can read people's minds if you don't know how to read your own mind? You think you can help heal people's trauma if you can't handle your own traumas? No, you cannot. These two are not working together right now. The Virgo node in you is losing patience. The Piscean node in you never had patience. Patience is key. A lot of vanity is felt here. A sense of knowing that really hurts people around this. Whatever house whatever planets you have in Pisces on top of the node, or even just the nodal aspect. Your spirit lives here. And it's being pulled in two different directions right now. Between earth and sky. Between earth and stars, should I say. Between man and God. Because I don't care if you're completely non-religious and totally spiritual, then the way you're expressing your spirituality is religious. You think that divinity is separated from you, that you need to worship it, that it's trying to punish you or reward you according to karma and all that jazz. No offense on karma, yes, cause and effect. Of course. But it's not with a punishable intent. So instead of having a vindictive God, you have a vindictive universe. So that means that you're not spiritual as opposed to religious. You're just a different type of religion. No offense on religious people. Every time I say something with a negative connotation for religion, it's because of what man did to it and the way it interpreted it. Okay? Think about Lilith, for example, right? There are so many verses in the New Testament that God refers to her in a very loving way. So what they did is they replaced the word Lilith with the screech owl. And there are infinite other examples just like that. Right? So there are good aspects in the source of these books of wisdom that we have. But if you go to the original Testament, what Christianity will refer to as the Old Testament, but it's the original Testament, it will use the word Lilith constantly. It won't try to censor it. God didn't censor Lilith, man did. So if you're now censoring yourself, or aspects of you, how are you any different? Don't cry. Don't be like, you're hurting me. I'm not hurting you. I'm helping you. The truth is hurting you because you haven't been dealing with it. So you're not accustomed, some of you. Some of you out there, of course not all of you, but some of you out there use the word truth a lot. Spiritual truth, all that. But you're not honest with yourself. I see it in the Pisces node on you. You're not honest with yourself. And then from a place that is dishonest with yourself, you act upon what you think you're being honest with yourself about. And it leads to destruction and loss and pain and hurt. Because something in you enjoys the martyr thing. It's a martyr complex. I'm going to fight for what's right. And then everyone will not accept me and deny me, and I will be left alone. Because I'm so righteous and they're so evil. But how will you get that unless you do something that is not true? By lying to yourself. So you lie to yourself about something, and you tell yourself you're truthful. You act upon that so-called truth. Your environment that could be actually really, really great is like, what the F did they just do or say? And from a place of not being the victim, from a place of self-care and honoring themselves, they walk away. They walk away. They don't need this. You, and the Piscean in you, interpret it as, oh, I was just speaking my truth. First of all, it's not your truth. Second of all, and then when they walk away in self-defense, in energetic self-defense, not wanting to be around something that makes them feel toxic, then how do you, what does the Pisces in you say? They're narcissistic. They don't know how to recognize truth. They're not as wise and spiritual as I am. I'm alone again. The martyr. Currently, your Piscean node is not in its light. It's in its shadow. It's in its Christ complex, hero complex. I'm a fan of heroes, but a hero complex and a hero is two very different things. Christ consciousness and Christ consciousness complex are very different things. Currently, you're in the complex. Why? Because you have not touched your psychological complex. You have no clue what makes you trigger. When you respond, like, when you're triggered, you tell yourself it's because spirit is speaking through you. No. It's your pain speaking through you. It doesn't make you a bad person. We are all like that. We all have these things, these shadows to shed light on and to deal with. Not fight, not deny, not suppress, not demonize, not vilify. Love, accept, listen, hear, hug, heal. It's a part of you. As long as you're denying this part of you, you'll keep acting like a doofus, the Piscean node in you. And the Virgo node in you would be like, oh my goodness. Because the house right across from it knows it's shit. You know, you feel like I'm attacking you, but I'm celebrating you as well. This is an aspect of you. This is an aspect of you. This is about reaching balance between these aspects to reach unity consciousness, oneness. Okay? For half plus half become one, the half can't be a quarter. And if the other half will, constantly behave like 3/4, it will stretch itself thin, it will be weakened, the vessel will empty, and then soon enough it can't keep pretending to be 3/4 because it doesn't have the energy for that. Gotta be half and half. ¿Comprende, señor y señora? Sorry. Okay, what the South Node wants to say. Four of Wands, bellissimo. It's waiting for you. It's waiting to celebrate your North Node. It's positive. It is vibrant. And if the South Node is Pisces, then you're really, this video has done some really powerful work on getting you there. 3 of Wands to 4 of Wands. What is missing? The Ace of Wands. Here. This is the road. And if your South Node is Virgo, well, we already know that you're, oh, 2, 3, 4 of Wands. Love it. 2, 3, 4 of Wands. 4, 5, 6 of Pentacles. Just saying. Let's see what the North Node wants to say. 10 of Swords. Your North Node energy is tired. It is hurt. It needs rest. It needs love. It needs recovery. It needs to not be judged. It went through an enormous amount of karma and lessons, each one more painful than the other. And interestingly enough, the light lies in your South Node. See how like it kind of contradicts the notion that we need to move away from the South Node. This reading says the light of your healing, the dawn, and the 10 of Swords card is in the light of the South Node. Take the knowledge, harness the knowledge and the skill and the spirit of the South Node. Conclusion for the integrated energy of both nodes. 6 of Swords. I'm looking. North Node, South Node, right? Middle ground. 10 minus 4 equals 6. We want 5. So, something here with the swords. There's one more thing, one more journey to take. And I feel like for some of you, it's in the subconscious aspect of one of your Piscean node, right? Because it's Aquarius energy, 12th house of Pisces. So, the subconscious of the Pisces. Okay. The key, go to the house where you have the Piscean node, what it represents. Then go to your childhood, parents in your head and all that, everything that it symbolizes, and see the pain there. And get therapy when it comes to that world, or heal that aspect in you, or strengthen that aspect in you. If it's in the 10th house, relation with your dad, career, how you're being seen in the world, right? If it's in the 4th house, relation with your mom, home, childhood. If it's in the 7th house, relationships, partnership, where's the pain there, where's the trauma, and so on. When you go there, when you take a little break from the pretty good reality here, or conscious one anyway. Nothing is perfect, but this Virgo energy is, it's okay. And take a little break of that. And move into the waters of the Pisces. That would help a lot. Message from Spirit. 8 of Swords. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Break yourself free from the perception of victim mentality. The victim mentality is coming out again. So another thing that can be a key element for this, drop the victim mentality. Drop the, in order for me to reach enlightenment, I need to go through karmas and lessons and pains and punishment, and drop it. You deserve love, you deserve happiness no matter what. You are not a victim in this. The Piscean part of you is keeping you a victim because it feeds it somehow. It allows it to not do the actual work of dealing with the Virgo energy in you. Hey, this could be, cleaning your room or filing taxes, daily, mundane, simple tasks. Find the spirituality and the beauty and the joy in the tasks. And you will free yourself from victimhood, because when you don't, apply properly and fill up the form properly and pay taxes properly and pay your bills on time and pay your debt and so on, that creates a lot of mess in your life that keeps you a victim. And that's the beauty in the tasks. It liberates you. But then if you actually see the beauty in the tasks that liberate you, you'll actually have to do the work. And, Piscean, and you just want to be holy without doing the work. Yeah, I said it. I'm still looking in case I missed anything. Those of you who spent a childhood of imprisonment somehow, let's say you were confined somehow for some reason, you didn't have freedoms. It could have been also with possibly an aggressive environment, an aggressive father figure, or aggressive leadership, if this is on a bigger level. Maybe this comes from a very beautiful, sweet place of having wanted to liberate yourself and liberate maybe your siblings, or maybe your close ones, and maybe the people that you care about from feeling oppressed, and you became the hero. And that gave you reason, and that gave you fulfillment, and that gave you something. So since then you stayed with that, right? So nothing that I say is ever in ways to shame or blame you. I'm expressing what is seen and what needs resolve. Maybe you're carrying from with you, the Piscean energy in you is carrying, you have had, you needed to save someone. Maybe you succeeded, maybe you don't, but that stuck, that stayed with you. You're still absolutely certain somewhere that you need to save them or someone else. You need to save everyone. Give people the pleasure of saving themselves. Now, because we're talking about the nose, this could have been a past lifetime. Maybe you've been incarcerated in a past lifetime, suffered violence in a past lifetime, exile, poverty, violence, war, famine, all the things. All the things are coming up. The Virgo energy here is offering you abundance from that place. However, there's still a little bit of abundance to the needy, right? Please understand this. You deserve abundance from the universe, not because you're needy, not because you need help, but because you just deserve it. That's it. You exist, you deserve it. That's it. You exist, you deserve it. You exist, you deserve love. You exist, you deserve freedom. You exist, you deserve abundance. You exist, you deserve respect. That's it. All you gotta do is exist, and you're already worthy of all these things. Your spiritual homework, energy work, I'm going to tell you what it means, of course, once we turn it around. However, if you want to know more and take it with you to the next level, I will link the class below in the description box for my famous Tarot Masterclass. That is this card. That is for this card. You can rent them separately. You don't have to have the entire course, although of course I recommend. If this was helpful and you want to dive even deeper to your karmic cycles and resolution in order to achieve oneness, check out Karmic Shift and Liberation. It is probably one of the most important projects that I've done for the collective. It's available for separate purchasing on Vimeo. I will link below the Piscean one and the Virgo one. However, if you want to watch all your karmic placements, choose from here your South Node, but you can watch your Saturn, you can watch your 8th house, Chiron, Black Moon, Lilith, whatever you feel like is carrying with it some intense energy. All of the signs are available for unlimited streaming over on Patreon. So regardless, check out Patreon. It's a wonderful place that I love, and I'm very grateful for all my patrons and channel members, by the way, who make this possible. Thank you for support and reciprocity. And all seekers are welcome to say thank you to them in the comments as well as commenting on how you feel about this, because they pay so I could keep doing this. There's the Virgo in me talking so I could express the Pisces in me. Does that make sense? Let's unveil the Fool. The grand importance of freedom. And this was the message from Spirit. Break out of shackles. Yes, you can. The Fool is the ultimate freedom to walk the path of life and all of its experiences from all the human conditions and experience joy and fulfillment. But this infinite freedom includes all these 77 tarot cards, aka human conditions, that the Fool goes through. Right? So again, it's not escaping life, it's through life. You are on the brink of enlightenment, of awareness, of oneness consciousness. Great sign for this reading. Carry light. Literally, carry light and carry light. Don't have too much baggage. So again, you can't just drop it. You gotta feel it. You gotta sort it. You gotta leap into the waters and grab the stones that were thrown into it. This is beautiful. I love that you have the Fool. It's very powerful, very flattering. I'm proud of you. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Check out the description box. See you soon.